3.5 years. We waited 3.5 years for Lil Uzi to drop Eternal Atake, and he has finally fucking dropped it. And he dropped it a week early. But was it worth all this time waiting for that long for this album? Sure. Maybe. I was hoping this album would be really, really great and probably Uzi's best album. But I was wrong. This album, it just doesn't grow on me. I've listened to this album like 3 or 4 times now, and each time it progressively gets worse. I thought it would grow on me, but it didn't. The first time I listened to this album, I thought it was really good with just some few minor things wrong with it. The second time I listened to it, I was like, okay, this is not as good as the first time. And then the third time I was like, this is not as good as I thought it was gonna be at all. I like Futsal's Shuffle when it first dropped. It was really fun and I was getting more hyped for the album. It was just a little fun dance song that I enjoyed. The beat was nice and everything was nice about the song. There was really nothing wrong. That Way was also pretty decent. There was a few things I didn't like about it, but for the most part it was pretty good and got me even more hyped for Eternal Atake. But the biggest issue is not even the lyrics on Eternal Atake. The biggest issue, I thought, was the production. On every other Uzi project, I could hear the distinct difference between each songs with the beat, the instrumental, and the vocals. On this album, with a lot of the songs, I can't tell the difference between each song because some of the production just sounds exactly the same with just like one little change, and that's it. The worst song has to be Bust Me. It has lyrics that are just super painfully average, even at best. It's like okay, and the beat sounds so basic. It sounds like something I would find if I look up on YouTube trap beats for trap song or rap song. Like, it's so basic. But this album does have its good moments. Baby Pluto is a pretty good intro. Silly Watch is a really good hard song. And Homecoming's also a great song. And also one of the most interesting ones is P2. Now the P2 of course stands for Part 2. And it's supposed to be Part 2 to EXO Tour Life off of Uzi's Love Rage 2. And it's like a pretty good song. It's like a back and forth between the two songs.
I don't really care 'cause I'm done. All the real love is not fun. I don't really care if you cry. All the real you should've never lied.
It's very interesting because they're just two different songs. It's pretty much the same beat, different lyrics because it is Part 2. Back in 2017, he said, "All my friends are dead, push me to the edge." Now he says, "Messing with your head." Just very interesting, plays off of each other. It's very cool. Besides that, this album is pretty just bare bones and nothing too special. It's good, but not as good as I thought it was going to be. It gives like 4 songs on my playlist. At that, maybe 3. It's not as good as I thought. Most of the other songs are just okay songs that I'll probably listen to once or twice and then forget about. It's not as good as I thought. I think a good 6.2 out of 10 for this album. It's not as good as other Uzi projects. Probably not as worst, but not as best. Also, the album cover is pretty sick. Yeah, there you go.